Coaching is an opportunity to hold space for someone. And I'm talking right now as the coach, holding space for someone so that they can direct where they want to go and almost engage as a thinking partner with me so that they can navigate their landscape. So they bring everything to the session. They are the ones who have all their answers. The role of a coach really is to listen, hold space, and ask questions, to be curious, to assist the movement of going forward.
I like that thinking partner. I think that
Mm-hmm.
really helps people understand what that is.
Yeah.
No, that's really interesting.
It's, I think just going through the course itself, and I can give a little bit of context as to why I did this. So, when I lived in the UK, I used to work with individuals through charities to help couples overcome marital differences, relationship issues. I also used to help children in need. They would call a helpline, and I would help work them through those issues. And then I kind of took a big swing to some other area where I was running stop smoking programs, helping individuals with like healthcare awareness, so kind of that health promotion space, and kind of fell away from the whole, I'm going to say, counseling side of things. And then as I've got older, I've been more and more intrigued in my day job. Part of my day job was running assessments with executives at my firm, and I got more and more intrigued in this. So I decided to put myself through my coaching certificate, which has been really eye-opening.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can speak to how this has evolved for Claire and I. So when Claire was trying to get her certificate, she came to her friends and said, "Hey, I need to practice. And would you guys be interested in doing some coaching sessions with us?" And of course, we're all like, "Yes, of course, we'll help you." And I remember like the couple days leading up to our first session, and I was like talking to my husband. I'm like, "What am I going to talk to
Mm.
Claire about?" Like, we're friends. And I'm like, I don't know. Is it like therapy or like, what do I need to get coached on? And I really didn't know what to bring to the table. I think I actually Googled, what do people get coached on? Because I didn't know, and I wanted to dial it in. I wanted to make sure Claire had like some depth or some content to work off of. I didn't know what I should be bringing to the table. And so I decided like to talk about just like overall goals. Um, and I will say that it was the best experience. Now, I've done therapy in the past, like
Mhm.
as a child, like parents when they got divorced, part of that prerequisite was to go to therapy and talk about all your feelings. So I'm a big advocate of therapy. I think that people need that non-biased third party to really like lean into and dig deeper into things. But since then, I haven't pursued any kind of therapy or coaching. So like our first session, I remember like, I think Claire asked me, I think you asked me a couple questions like to set the stage or standard of what we were going to talk about. And it was just like a verbal vomit. It felt so good just to say the things that I said. And none of it was like that deep or that like heavy, but just to have that thought partner.
Mhm.
And then you're really good at saying, like, once you're talking and talking and talking, Claire's really good at saying, like, what I'm hearing is like, she'll pull key phrases out of the conversation. And I didn't even realize that's what I was really saying or what I was projecting. And it really makes you think differently about, things that you're doing in your life or your trajectory. And it was so good. Like our sessions, I love them so much. They were so good and I got so much out of them. And it really set the standard and pace of what my reality was and really where I wanted to go. I definitely was having moments where I was caught up in my head and that it was a lot of noise that was unnecessary. And you helped me through that. And so that was amazing. So huge fan of coaching.